up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Hopefully you can hear me. I decided to take the Z out today because it's about 64 degrees. I just wanted to talk a little bit about why I decided to choose a Nissan 350Z for my second car. I went through so many different cars and ultimately decided on getting a 350Z. At first, I was looking at FRSs, BRZs, also looking into RSXs. I was considered getting a Genesis at one point. To be honest, I think this is the best option out of all of those. I mean, BRZs are really great and I like them a lot, but a 350Z is just so different than a lot of those cars. Even a G35 is still very similar to things that are just coming out now. I did also consider just skipping a 350Z and going straight to a 370Z, but I also did not have enough money at that point in my life to be able to consider that. Hopefully you guys can actually hear what I'm saying. I know it's pretty loud in here. That's another thing about the Z is it's pretty loud on the inside. A lot of stuff rattles and a lot of stuff shakes. The other thing I was considering when I was looking at 350Zs is the price point. I was able to pick this up, as you can see by my last video, for about $6,000. That was perfect. That's exactly how much I wanted to spend. That's how much I had saved up. I didn't want to have to deal with any type of financing. I just wanted to pay outright cash, and that's it. One thing that I really took into consideration when looking for a new car was how much it made me smile. It's smile factor, smiles per gallon. You know, you can't really drive a car and not like the way that it drives. That's just gonna make for a bad experience. You're gonna want to enjoy the car, otherwise you're never gonna drive it. And that's obviously not what the whole point is. The whole point is to buy a car that you're gonna enjoy and want to drive every single day. And that's exactly what a 350Z is for me. I took a look at a Genesis that was turboed and I didn't really like it. It had paddle shifters, which was kind of cool, I guess. When I took it around the block, yeah, it was fun because it was the first turboed car I've ever driven, but I didn't really like the way it drove. When I took this out while I was test driving it, I could instantly tell the difference between this 350Z and all of the other cars that I test drove at that time. When I was originally looking for a Z, I wanted a 2007 or a 2008 Z, but it was a little bit out of my budget. I couldn't really find one that was within my budget and within the maybe 100 to 200 miles away from me. I actually didn't want a 2003 or a 2004, but now that I've owned mine for about 3 years, I can genuinely say that there's really no difference between a 2004 and any other year. Besides obviously the HRs. Those are going to be quite a bit different just because they have a little bit more power and aesthetically they look a little bit more aggressive than a 2004 or a 2003 to 2005. I also did consider getting a 2006, but again, I just couldn't find one in my budget. There's so many things that I want to do to this car that I just haven't had the chance to do. I know I've talked a little bit about that before in my other videos, that I really wanted to get coilovers, but living in Nebraska with all the snow doesn't make that very easy. Now I have the Jeep and I'm super excited to be able to get coilovers. I dropped the camera. It fell out. Now that I have the Jeep, I feel like I'm finally able to modify this car the way that I want to. Aesthetically, performance-wise, I can do whatever I want and not have to worry about, oh no, my daily driver is broken for the next 3 weeks. What am I gonna do to get around? That's exactly what I was worried about with modifying this car. Is I did drive it every single day, and if it was down for one day, I was screwed. There was nothing else I could do. Yeah, I can rely on some friends for every once in a while, but it's difficult getting around and doing the things that you want without your own car. Obviously, everyone's situation is going to be a little bit different. I've got a Ford Focus next to me trying to race. But yeah, everything about this car I just really enjoy. There's nothing that I don't like about owning this car. And I've talked to Bria a lot about this, and I don't think there's really another car that I would sell the Z for. I don't see any other car out there that tempts me enough to be able to get rid of this and trade it for that. The only thing that I would consider is if I found a nice R32. But again, I might as well just keep the Z and buy the R32. itself and just have 3 cars. My plan for the future is to own multiple cars, get a nice garage, and work on them all and show the whole process to you guys. Obviously, you see TJ Hunt, you see Evan Shanks, Adam LZ, everyone, all those guys out there, and they all have all of these cars that they modify, they vlog, they do all these things, and that's exactly what my plan is to be. That's what I wanted this car for. I wanted a car that I can modify and show everyone my creative side, my creative ability. That's why I don't understand any of the hate that's going on with people and why they hate each other's cars. Cars are a representation of us. They represent everything that we want. Coming from a Sentra, this was an easy upgrade. This is exactly what I would want as my second car. For everyone out there considering a Z, just know that it's difficult to find a good one, but take your time. It takes a long time to find a good car. I think I searched for a 350Z for maybe 6 months until I was able to find this one. The last reason why I chose this car was honestly because Fast and Furious. You know, Tokyo Drift, this thing was awesome. I love Tokyo Drift, as I'm sure a lot of you do, and that gave me so much inspiration to want to buy this car. DK's Drift Z was so freaking cool, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to buy a Z and replicate that. As I grew up and grew my style, obviously I'm gonna make it a little bit different. Need for Speed Underground 2, I used to love driving the Z. The first Z that you got, the green one, that thing was awesome, and I loved driving it, you know, in the game, and then I wanted to own it when I grew older. That's why with all the other cars like the G35 or the Genesis, I just didn't see myself in it. I couldn't envision a future with those cars. With the Z, it's very easy to see where you're gonna go. A lot of other people that own them, and they can attest to it. They can attest that this car is amazing, and there's so much you can do to it. That's basically what it comes down to, is just being an amazing platform. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. I just wanted to make it because I honestly didn't know what else to do for a video. I actually really like driving around and talking about why I wanted to buy this car. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below why you own your car. I want to see what you guys own and why you bought it. Also make sure to come back next week for another 350Z or a Jeep video, and I'll see you in the next one.